All right. Get this going today. Get this party started. It's freezing again. I knew it. I just knew it. Uh, yeah, it's cold. All right. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here, and the title is completely relevant. This is what we're going to be doing moving forward, and it's just that simple. Feel me? It is just that simple. All right. So, like I said, I've always been an independent athlete. That's not going anywhere. And it's just that simple. But like I said, a lot of it involves kind of acting, even though I'm not an actor, was never acting. But I know I can do it. I could do it without trying, you know? And, in a lot of ways, you have to act sometimes just to get something done or get by or win. A lot of things involve acting. Acting is a good skill. There's nothing wrong with acting sometimes. Man, it's cold. That temperature dropped quick. That ain't no joke. But I can handle the cold. I wish that I was wearing more layers. I got a collared shirt on, and then that's it. It was hot as hell not too long ago today. And I guess it's going to do this where it's up and down. I'll have to wait till tomorrow for some activities and stuff because it's too cold, man. I don't want to keep doing this and going through this. It's too cold. Give me a minute. Oh, man, it's freezing. Shit's cold. I can feel my muscles from yesterday's workout. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It said the truth. God is going to make me rich his way. That's what it said. It says he's going to make you rich his way. So, whatever God is putting on my mind is a part of this. I know that for a fact. So, we just got to kind of roll with it, man. You know, maybe that's something. Maybe I'm going to be an actor on top of everything else, but I will still be the real Batman. I will still be doing all of what I'm doing. It's just that simple. Not going to stop. But like I said, we have to adjust and do certain things that this company promotes or wants, right? It said you're going to make this company millions, billions, trillions of dollars, whatever. Come on, dude. Is it this difficult to get one button? Can't get it with one hand. Forget it. But yeah, other than that, I'm just doing what I need to do now, getting what I need. Like, I can't keep holding back. I've been holding back for a long time, waiting, thinking that money would come in, thinking folks would support. Folks are not supporting. They take forever to pay. As long as I can keep on working, keep on going. Oh, I just got confirmation from the friend of mine, right, that he will help me. He should be able, that's what he said. He said he'll help me cover the phone bill for this next month. So that's awesome. That's good news, but I'm just, I'm already too low on funds in my opinion, which I'm still doing pretty good. Don't get me wrong, I'm doing great really in the grand scheme of things, but to me, I was way beyond, like I was in a better boat, but it just takes money. It takes money to get by. It's a lot of time that goes by. Gotta buy and spend money, gotta buy things. And I've gotten a lot done. Like I said, I'm facilitating the entire environment. But yeah, he pretty much just said like that's all he can do, whatever. And then after that, I guess I'm on my own or whatever, which is fine. I mean, I've been on my own since I was 16. I mean, been on my own this entire time building this. It hasn't been that much that's gotten done. It's a couple of things and that's it. But nonetheless, we'll see what happens. And I mean, God may, change that attitude. I don't know. God may put it on, somebody's mind to help me. God said he sent him someone into my life to help me. So God don't lie, man. You see God, issuing divine justice every day. You see the reality of what's happening. Everything that I predicted, everything I keep telling you has come true all across the board. Divine confirmation and proof right in front of you. You cannot deny. You never could. Told you, don't ever doubt God. You cannot deny God. Yeah. Just like you cannot deny me, because I'm the vessel that God uses. I'm God in the human form, and I'm the true hand of God. Yeah. See, I'm not just talking. I mean, this is factually proven stuff, every part. So that's why I encourage folks like, folks just want to look. I mean, speak, like say what's on your mind, because best believe I'm going to respond with reality. That's the whole thing. I'm not concerned at all. Not slightly. I'm the real deal. Like I said, I'm going to be doing like independent acting at this point, and 100%. I'm going to use this as an engine and vehicle to jumpstart my career. And I want to create and make independent films. 100%. Give me 1 second. All right. So, yeah, like I said, we'll continue pushing forward as usual, as Tyrese Sneed always does and knows how to do best. And It's just that simple. Other than that, man, I'm sore, bro. That workout yesterday wasn't no joke. I told you. Like I got some pretty decent, good rest and sleep though, so that helps. Like I don't feel bad. I felt a little uh under the weather today, but I actually feel good now. Feel a little better. So, like I said, a lot of different things I'm doing, a lot of different things I'm focusing on. Um, we're just moving full speed ahead, man. You know, it already said the reading came in, divine confirmation. It said all these folks is watching me, and like I said, they're all, very. There's a lot of envy, like Eminem said, in this game. On the source of a lot of envy. So when I don't get put on these beats, it does not offend me. That's why you see me walk around like nothing's bothering me, even though half of y'all, right, got what? Right? A problem with me. You don't like it, but you know the respect you got to give me, right? Like I said, I'm the boss. The boss in this game. Official tissue, homeboy. I ain't never acted, but we gonna try to do it now. That's gonna be the next thing. And like I said, I'll just be kind of playing different characters basically, and it'll open this up to some different lanes, and people can see I'm versatile and I do everything. I could definitely be an actor. The part, really, the part you have to understand is there's nothing for me to fix or change. I'm perfect exactly how I am. I'm going to represent me as who I am. Mm-hmm. Oh, I look beautiful. I look perfect. Mm-hmm. See, that's what I'm talking about. These folks, they know reality. So what was the purpose of saying anything? Again, it has to make sense. See what I'm saying? Like I respond to things one time, which I have, and you have to acknowledge my response. So you see what I'm saying? Folks know what it is. I mean, with the singer Seal, I mean, Seal had a wife. Seal got married, even though it was like Freemasonry, it was arranged, so it was fake, right? So there's no real love in a Freemason marriage, right? Common sense. But my point is, Seal went through what he went through, and you could see it, right? And I mean, I didn't hear a whole bunch of people trying to say something about that. So notice the favoritism. Oh, okay. So when it's Seal, it's okay. But when I go through something real in front of you, right? Like what? Much less that you may have had everything to do with everything I've gone through. I mean, are you serious? And you have an opinion? I mean, what are you saying? I look great. I look perfect just the way I am. So I'll be acting just the way I am because I've explained everything. And that's all it was. It's just folks that are pressed and triggered by my success, right? I mean, okay. I mean, say things one time, I'll respond, and let's keep it moving. This is a professional platform. Yeah, like I said, the reading told me a whole lot of jellyfish. A whole lot of jellyfish. They seeing me, they and they feelings, man. And most of it is because I'm beautiful, because I'm gorgeous. I'm gonna spend my time focusing on good things that I'm comfortable with, that make me happy. You know what I mean? That's why I'm happy all the time. So yeah, now I ain't worried about it at all. Like I said, I'll play different characters. I mean, it's going to get to the point where I can basically create and make independent films. Like I said, I'm building my own media company from the ground up. And that's what I'm saying. Folks just don't get it. And I'm going to build a modeling agency. And I'm going to say this again. Any of these so-called women, isn't that funny? Any of them that want to talk and holla, or if you want to actually do business or contribute to what I'm doing, we could work together. Hell, I could have any so-called woman down here in the valley or anywhere put some money behind me and say, hey, I want to get you started with what you're talking about. Like, I'm going to tell you what you're not going to do. You're not going to sit me down at a local bar and pretend you're running game because you have none and sit there and talk to me funny style. See, that's the type of stuff they like to do, waste time and pretend that, pretend about things that can't even, conversations that can't even be had. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the type of games people play. That's why I don't talk to folks, because it's a waste of my time, because you got to know who you're talking to. If you're unaware, that's not my issue. I have too much power. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, all my actions make sense. I stand on business. I'm a gangster and I'm me. I run everything. But like I said, if a woman want to have a conversation, oh, I'm open to it. If you're gonna put some money behind me and what I'm doing, it's not difficult. Put some money behind it. It's not difficult. It's not hard. All they got to do is be like, hey, yo, I got some bread, right? And I want to put this money behind you for what you're doing. And I want to help get you started, right? And like, we can even help you with everything. You know what I mean? I mean, anyone could do that. You want to talk about a hell of an investment opportunity? I am the money. I'm a walking investment opportunity. So what's up now? And watch, I'm going to tell you right now, there's nobody in the valley that knows how to do business. Nobody. They do not know anything about business. That's why I've ran circles around everyone and why they're all in their feelings. If you knew business, you would 100% take me up on my offer and take me up on this opportunity, because you already know I'm going places regardless. That's the thing. My success is inevitable. Because I'm the total, everything. I'm the sandwich, the bag of chips, and the cookie, honey. Always have been, always will be. So, like I said, I've always been humble. Like, I didn't even have to do all this. I came down here and I helped you folks. I helped you people. I freed my people, literally. I mean, you got to give me a congratulations. I wasn't acting. I did the real thing, and I stood on business. And I put everything on the line to help these folks here in the valley. So give me my kudos and respect, man. I didn't have to do any of that. See, they don't even understand. I had the choice to just press a button and have limitless income for the rest of my life. But I also could see the direction things were headed, and I didn't want to participate. And, it was kind of like you had to, honestly. And if not, it was just real lonely. And I just didn't want that. That's the thing. I'm not trying to be alone, bro. I don't care about money. I just don't want to be alone. Like, I've been, alone for a long time. I'm not trying to be alone, bro. I want to have a partner. I want to have somebody who cares about me and loves me and wants to work with me and do what I do together. That's what I want. I want to have fun every day and be happy. That's it. And I don't see how that's out of the question, because it's not. I don't see how that's even a problem. It's not a problem. It's only a problem to folks who, like I said, they didn't get to go out to the clubs and have fun. You know what I mean? That's all that about. So yeah, no, like I said, like, all the women anywhere, valley, wherever, I'm gonna still, have the same attitude and outlook and talk the way I talk and say how I feel. And trust me, I talk the same way in reality. Yeah, I'm the same guy. So again, I mean, if folks want to put some capital up, some money up, you want to invest in something, invest in me. Y'all could have been put some capital up and help me. You could literally help me build a restaurant. You could do anything for me. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, the system won't. They're not going to do anything. You know what I mean? That's the whole point. The system is designed to close one door and then they all close. It's like a domino effect. They do it on purpose. That lady that's up there in Detroit in the shelter right now, she's going through it, man. And I really feel bad, even though it has nothing to do with me. I really want to help her, because I think she's a cool lady. She's just an older lady, and I just feel bad for her, because I got to sit here, and she had an apartment and she had her stuff together and she was working, and I just knew what was coming. I could see it, and I've been through the same thing. I just am smart and I handled it better. And I want to help people like that. Like, honestly, if I get my money, honestly, that's probably the first place I'm going. Like, no joke. I'd go up through, that's literally my plan at this point. I'd go up through San Marcos. I'd go to Austin. I'd go to San Antonio first. I'd go to Austin. Like, I would have fun, but I literally would consider doing that. I don't know if it'd be the first place I go to, because I have a lot that I need to do, but it's possible. I mean, I'm talking about literally, like, go to Detroit, like, for real, but just for that specifically, to help So I'd probably start my journey first and do what I need to do first and try to, not think about it because I really do want to help. But I would work my way over there. I just would like to come to Detroit the right way is the thing that I'm saying. But again, what is the right way? I've been there. I've been to the Greyhound in Detroit. I actually had to stay outside all night, right around there, right around that station, and it was freezing. And I'll never forget that. I remember that experience. And so I've been in Detroit, by myself in the streets, you know, and you know, my point is this: like, I would just like to go there the right way because I know how Detroit is, and I'm smart. But if I had money, yeah, I'd like to figure out what's going on, where we're headed, where it's at, and I would literally just show up and I'd have money and I'd be like, here, I'd talk to her. I'd probably do an interview live on here and shout out the channel, and I'd say, I want to help you out, and I understand because I went through the same thing, and imagine how that would make all those folks feel that did all that because they're totally why this has happened. And that's the thing, people want to play these games, but all it takes is one of us to get money again because the plan was clear what these folks were on. All it takes is one good person and real true good Samaritan to get money and get tons of money and then turn around and say, you know what, I'm going to help all the people who are going through what I went through or what I'm going through. You know what I mean? Because now I have money and now I'm in a position to help. That's all it takes. That's why I keep pushing with this, because all it takes is one person to say, here's a couple of grand, and I'm on the road to success. That's literally all it takes. It doesn't take much. But yeah, no, I would definitely go up there. I'd go up there to Detroit, right? Oh, here we got another one. There you go. Because I'm about to pause this and turn on my camera. Yeah. So, like I said, it's so obvious, man. It's so obvious what folks is on. Yeah, that's what it's talking about in the reading. I told you, it's a lot of jellyfish. And like I said, that's the thing. I'm going to be recording everything now. If I'm doing a live stream, I'll pause it and I'll turn my camera on. You understand? That way I get everything documented. Anything. It doesn't matter what anything that's being done, said, got to have it on camera now. Feel me? Like, that's the thing. I'm guaranteed to win. You understand? In Supreme Court, they're going to have to pay me millions, because all this is real and you hear me going through it every day. They can't hide it. There's too much evidence, even on just this channel alone, but there's evidence publicly all over the internet. That was the mistake they made. See, everything you've done, that's fine. What you don't get is I was basically, I was used for part of the plan to draw y'all out and do all this. So y'all literally just gave, me what I want. And God knows exactly what he's doing, brother. But yeah, there's that lady in Detroit, and I really would like to help her. So she's in a shelter, and if I do get money somehow, if it comes out of nowhere, like God keeps telling me I'm going to get paid to exist, there's some huge opportunity, and it's talking about something I gave up on. So I don't know, because I never really gave up on nothing my whole life. So I don't know what they're talking about. I think it's more something that just didn't work out. But whatever it is, I'm with it. Whatever can help me make money so I can be Batman and do what I need to do and do my independent films and stuff, I'm with 100%. But all I'm saying is, yeah, I would really like to help her out. Like, sincerely, if I really had the money, yeah, I'd go right up there, talk to her, do an interview, and go out to eat somewhere or whatever, and I'd be like, what do you need? Like, if I really had the money like that, yeah, I'd pay for everything. I'd pay the rent for a new apartment and get everything right and make sure she has everything she needs, and then I'd leave Detroit. That's how Tyree Sneed moves. I help people. Been helping people my entire life. I used to pay grown men's light bills. What do you mean? Everybody came to me for money. So that's what I'm saying. What these people have done is hilarious. It's crazy, man. Like, what? Bro, I'm the wealthy rich guy. I'm who everybody came to for money. Everybody had their hands out. They always do. Nobody helped me. What are you talking about? But yeah, like I said, I got confirmation of that. That phone bill should get covered this next month. Hopefully we'll get it paid before the 5th, I think. I think right at the beginning of the month, possibly. I hope so, man. That would help tremendously. And then after that, like, homeboy doesn't want to help after that, that's fine. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I like, you know, I can't be choosy right now. I gotta, whatever I can get, I gotta take what I can get. I gotta accept it gracefully and be happy with it, real talk. But that's a big deal though, because that would get that phone bill paid for another month on the business, and I can keep trucking. With my little money and little budget. It ain't much, but I can keep working towards that next check, and then at least I'll have this full business and full circulation still. Because that's the thing. The more time that goes by, they know the more money I have to spend. So it's a waiting game that they're playing, and that's why they're just showing me no support. That's fine. You don't have to show me support. I work hard for my money, and again, my point when I had all the bread was to prove that I made every dime myself. So I've proven my point, haven't I, honey? Yeah. So you don't get it. I do what I set out to do. My objective wasn't to have money. You're trying to change the game. You're not in control. I changed the game that we're playing, sister. Yeah. So you got to make sense and focus on what part we're on of the game. Right now, we're on the part where I just proved everything I said and claimed for years, and now I'm guaranteed to win all these federal lawsuits, and I'm the boss and the king and the actual gangster who runs the streets. That's a lot more depth than anything I had back then. I had money, but I didn't have clout. Now I got street clout. Okay, now people know who I am. That's a big deal because that's what matters for me. It's the truth. It's like a PR campaign. It's like an election, and that's what we're doing, and we're going to continue to do it. You know, but I'm still in that race, still running. You know what I mean? Technically, you know what I mean? So we're going to keep on pushing. My job is to get the people to hear me. If they want to be on my side, cool. If they don't, no problem. That's the thing. Them folks is in their feelings. I'm not asking. However you feel is fine. It's subjective. I could care less. I'm not that type of individual. That's what folks don't get with me. I just fall back because it's all business. I'm not going to make any bad decisions, especially, in the boat I'm in. I got everything going for me and everything to lose, especially why? Because people are upset and then they feelings because I'm good looking and successful. Why would I get upset? That doesn't make no sense. If anything, it makes me smile and laugh. That's the point. Like, what? Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm gonna keep on being Tyree Sneed because only I can do me like me. And like I said, I'm an act that will never be repeated. They already told me folks gonna remember my name. They'll always remember my name. You understand? Real talk. So everything else is just besides the point. Feel me? So yeah, like I said, we're gonna stay moving forward and do our thing and keep winning. I love it. And these folks is in their feelings because they know I'm a superstar. That's what it's all about. It was just them doing their best, and they couldn't hold me back. They tried, and they just can't. Right? It's exactly what Batman said. Right? That's what life about. Don't let anyone or anything hold you back, but also don't take bait. Handle things the right way, and you have to learn that over the course of time and experience, and gather life experience. That's what I do, and that's what'll really teach you how to make solid, calm, good decisions. At this point, everything just gets alchemized. It doesn't matter what energy anybody is on because, well, that's your energy, not mine. See the point? And I'm the only self-funded independent athlete who ever existed basically in the world. I mean, like I said, I played basketball and street ball in jail in Atlanta and was undefeated. I defeated Cassidy's cousin supposedly in there. This is facts, like street stuff that y'all don't even know anything about me or what I come from. So, like I said, I mean, I was really the man in Bankhead. I'm really a street dude, and you can check my whole history. I don't know who Rollo is. Rollo was never in ATL when I was there. I never seen Rollo nowhere. If he was hiding. That's a dude who hides. Rollo is not the streets. He's no one. I'm just telling you the truth. That's the actual factual of Atlanta. I was in every club. I'm talking the most ghetto clubs you can find. Club Q. You can ask about me, bro. I ain't never heard of Rollo. Rollo doesn't, have any name there. That's just the truth. Like, I'm a real street dude from Atlanta, bro. I'm not from there, but I can say I'm from there. I'm talking about I wasn't like I grew up in Austin, but I'm from these places because I spent more than enough time there, bro. Like, what? I got a lot of history in the streets in Atlanta. I was there for years and on and off too. And then North Carolina, I was traveling back and forth different places. Like, folks don't get I live quicker. I got a lot of life experience. I'm just telling you the truth. Rollo wasn't half them artists that say they from Atlanta. They hide inside because they don't come outside because I ain't never seen them. And I was everywhere. 5 Points, Bankhead, Buckhead. everywhere, every ghetto, every hood, every place you could imagine. Like I said, I saw Curtis Snow, whatever, had an experience with him when I was downtown, right? And he was bugging or whatever. And then I had another experience at, it's called Hurt Road. It's called Hurt Park. It's a very rough area, and you can look it up in the news. All the stuff that goes down and happens there. It's the ghetto. It's the real hood. And I had an experience again, but it didn't involve me. And I was playing basketball while Curtis Snow had a whole thing going on, and it involved there was a fence there. It involved something with the fence, and the people came and they was looking for whatever, and it was a whole thing. And we were right there playing ball, and like I watched the whole ordeal, and I'm almost positive that was Curtis Snow, bro. I've actually seen Curtis Snow in action in person, bro. That's what y'all don't get. I was right there playing ball in the court and literally going back and forth with like grown men, and I was pretty young at that time on the court. And they was telling the older dudes, they was like, man, take it easy, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like this and that. Like he's probably in his early 20s, which I was. Like I was young. And I was like, nah, that's all good. Like whatever, you know what I mean? Like I'm out there for real, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like folks don't get that. How do you think I got so good at basketball? I kept playing against folks that was older than me and hopefully better than me. You know what I mean? Facts. So, like I said, yeah, I mean, I know Curtis Snow. That's why when these people talking about why would you like if I ask you to do something and I say, hey, set up an interview with Curtis Snow, why would you even allow them to say anything like that? Like, yeah, I'm gonna pay someone that's in the street with nothing and homeless. Curtis Snow is homeless, bro. They live in like them little like 4x4 apartments that aren't even apartments. Like I'm not. They're in the projects, bro. You think I'm gonna pay some dude that's trying to make a come up begging in the projects in Atlanta when I run Atlanta? Do you hear how you sound, bro? When I'm wealthy and been rich as hell and made him spend all the money. See, I'm telling you, they want to pretend because they know a little about me and they know I live a lifestyle nobody could fathom, homie. Yeah. I am the money, homie. Like I said, just because I don't have a lot of cash right now or at any point, I don't forget who I am. That's why they all in their feelings. Yeah, I make money, bro. I don't need no money in my pocket. I was out here without a dime to my name at points, and I kept bouncing back, right? Just like right now. To me, I'm a little low. I mean, I'm still doing decent, but I'm pretty low right now, and I'm gonna on funds, and I'm gonna keep on pushing. I'm not going to give up because that's what it takes. And like I said, God said it's coming suddenly. I'm going to be blessed. I'm going to be rewarded. I mean, it's coming, man. I can feel it. So all I'm saying is people know reality, man. But yeah, like I said, I'm an independent athlete, the only one who ever existed. I funded all my own projects. Like I said, when I was 12 in tennis, I won the second ZAT. I believe it was the second one. Won the entire ZAT tournament, became a champ, won the entire champ tournament in Corpus Christi, defeated John Haley in the finals, became a super champ. Nobody's ever done that in history of time. When I was 12 years old, I was fielding batting practice with Barry Larkin right next to me at shortstop in Florida on some super nice stadium field. We were in a whole stadium, bro. The whole camp was in stadiums. I went to the camp several times. Okay. I don't know what y'all are talking about or who you're talking to, but it ain't me. So, like I said, I was right next to Barry Larkin, met Ken Griffey Jr., met George Foster, and all these people were like my coaches at the time, right? So they're training us, and Barry Larkin was right there fielding batting practice with me. Why do you think I was out there? Why do you think it was me? Because I was the best one in the camp and they knew it. And they only gave me the award one time, but I did actually win the award at the Ken Griffey Jr. baseball camp in Florida, which is a big deal because there's like tons of people that go to that thing, dude. So I'm a prodigy. I was always a prodigy, right? And my point is, the colleges came up and one of them was Westminster. And like I said, they approached my parents and talked to him and said, the minute he turns of age, we want him to come play baseball for us. So, I mean, it's not like it's the same staff, but if I wanted, I could make a phone call and reach out and be like, hey, I'm still interested in that scholarship you were offering me. I mean, it's probably not going to be a conversation like that, but I would just have to try out or something and go to school there. And like, I'm sure they would pay attention and be like, that's you. Like, and now you're all grown up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to be like, have you been playing? I'm going to be like, no, but, I can relearn. You know what I mean? That's how life works, bro. Like, Like I'm sure I could get a Major League Baseball contract pretty easily, to be honest. It's just whether I want it or not. And that's the deal. I don't trust planes. I don't want to fly. I don't care if that sounds whatever to someone. To me, it makes a lot of sense. And that's what's holding me back from that 100%. And I mean, I heard Jason Williams talk. Jason Williams was talking about the NBA. I told you none of them make any money. He said he was barely getting by and the coach would have to help him out and stuff. That's number one, right? NBA players are not rich. They're all Freemasons and they all sell their soul and they all lose and don't get paid, right? It's a commodity. They're just, using you for what they need you for. And then, did you know Tim Duncan's wife wasn't loyal, right? Which we all know that's common sense, right? And I mean, wasn't loyal at all. I mean, Tim Duncan literally, I mean, got super played. Okay. And then Michael Jordan, it was the same thing with his wife. Did y'all know that? Y'all don't like talking about that. I keep telling you what it is, and I'm telling you, all them folks are bankrupt. They have no money. They said Mike Bibby, that rapper, you know who, Joe, was talking about Mike Bibby and said what happened with Mike Bibby, that he got upset about his shoes. They said that the NBA was paying him in shoes. So the NBA is a catch, and the only way it can even exist and do what it does is, like I said, if people lie. Now, who do they favor in these leagues? The culture. Drops mic, bro. So the whole culture, like I said, when the Golden State Warriors were staying in that Embassy Suites, and I was paying about 4 or 5 grand to $6,000 to live there in a month, right? And I got real money, and I'm sitting there laughing, eating breakfast, and I know I'm richer than the whole team put together, and the CEO of the team, and the owner, and anybody in the entire NBA. And like I said, they would walk right by me, and I was the rich guy. Does that make sense? And I'm doing radio about Illuminati and Freemasonry, educating the public. That's who I am. When I was talking about Coco Martinez and exposing the facts about him, how they changed his grades, they changed mine to make them worse. They changed Coco Martinez's grades in high school to make them better. And also what? So he could go to UT and play on the kickoff team and completely epically fail? Mhm. And then I think it was the sister responded and said some stuff that makes absolutely no sense and isn't true. And it was a very immature response, right? And meanwhile, while she's saying that, I'm up in the Embassy Suites room that I just paid like 6 grand to live there for a month, and I'm living there, and I got over $250,000 to $300,000 in the bank. But she wants to say what she said. I mean, if I'm not smart and intelligent and not a genius, then how did I expose the truth about Coco? I mean, you can't dismiss it with immaturity in the way you talking. I mean, either way, it's a fact. What do you mean? My dad caught Coach Cadriel changing my grades red-handed. You can't deny this, lady. So what's up? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my question is, why would you have anything to say? And it was crazy because right around that time, I went to San Antonio, right? Because that was when I was in McAllen. That's where the Golden State Warriors stayed at when I was there. And then I went up to San Antonio and we went to see a play. And I think I was with a girlfriend at the time, right? We went to see the play, and it's like where the people would generally who have some money go, and they don't have money like me. Those whole families get together trying to make money and support each other, and I don't have any support system like that. I had way more money than all of them put together. And I was at that play, and Coco Martinez was there, and I saw him, right? And he ain't say nothing. He saw me. I was right there in front of him, bro. What do you mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. And y'all know how I am, bro. So, like, I wasn't ducking or nothing. Like, I was like, what's good? You know what I'm saying? He was there and with his people or whatever. And like I said, he was ducking me. That's facts. I was at that play in San Antonio right in front of him, homie. So what are you talking about? Yeah. See, folks, is funny, man. Like me, you got to understand, I'm the type of dude, bro. I did what I did with Five Star Money Gang, and then I'd go eat at Papa Do's and eat right there with my girl at the time or whatever. And I was going to the clubs and everything. I'm out eating at Papa Do's, eating shrimp, stuffed shrimp or whatever, right? And I got top dollar, and I just got done buying like a members only jacket because I'm rich, right? Yeah, and guess who walked by? Guess who walked right by me? Curly Snow. Yeah. After all that stuff I talked and all the facts and truth I said about Curly Stone, I showed up right to Papa Do's, and I kind of knew he'd probably be there too. I was all through McAllen. Remember, I was going in with the other dude, and then I saw the other one in the Walgreens, and he ran from me. That's the facts. That other dude who wanted to act like he was ghetto or hood with that, like on the beachfront fake music video. And then the other one was the big one. I can't remember his name off top. I mean, just huge dude. I mean, this dude, I mean, it was like, you ever seen Dragon Ball Z? What's his name? Like Kid Buu or whatever. He looked like that. Huge. Majin Buu. That's what he was. Majin Buu. And remember, I had talked all this stuff, and I said what I said, and I was making rap songs about them and everything, like I said. And like I said, this is really what happened. And I showed up to the rap thing down here in person, and like I said, Curly was like, "How come y'all just sat there or whatever?" I mean, well, like, come on, bro, because they know reality, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm just telling you facts. And then yeah, I went up there. I went I went to the mall too, and I'd be looking at Rolexes and watches, and I'm seeing that same dude that was with them looking at jewelry and stuff. Like, I'm gonna tell you again, bro, I don't care what nobody says. I already said the truth and exposed all that. Like, I know how them folks make their money. You know what I mean? And like I said, the system is rigged and it's corrupt, and obviously they're having to pay people off, and that might be why folks is peering and looking. You can look all you want. It ain't my problem that y'all have to commit crimes to make your dough to get by. Yeah. Hmm. How about that? So I know everything about y'all. So, like I said, that's what I'm saying. Folks don't get how much power I really got and who I am. You understand what I'm saying? Like, bro, I've been in Jaguars by myself, bro, with all the dudes who think they hood and tough talking about this and that. Okay, and I was there by myself every time, right? And like I said, like I used to literally like infiltrate gangs for a living. So I was in the middle of everything. Like, folks just sit there and talk. That's all they do. Like, what are you talking about? I'm telling you facts, homie. Yeah, I went to Papa Do's. I'm eating stuffed shrimp. Curly Stone walked by and don't say nothing. Nothing. Not a thing. Hmm. Like, come on, homie. You recognize me? I'm right in front of you, homie. I literally was basically like, hello, like waving my arms up and down. Yeah. Yeah, and he had the other homeboy with him too. Like, what you gonna do? You gonna do a fake performance in Papa Do's? Oh, you got connections? I mean, who is you? You know what I mean? Like, no, 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 nobody take Curly Stone seriously. That's just the truth. Don't nobody take anybody out here seriously, especially fake rappers who sold they soul to the devil so they could get nowhere. Them folks is McAllen, bro. I would go to that restaurant. You know the restaurant you eat wings at with all the women. Uh huh. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Bro, I used to pull up there. I was having different issues I was going through at the time, so I'd always have to buy a thing of raspberries because they were helping me. I don't know why. Maybe like the iron in them or something. But I would eat the raspberries because like I was literally like getting dizzy at points. Okay. Like I've gone through real things my whole life. And I always find an answer for it, just like now. You know what I mean? So I get my thing of raspberries. I'd eat my raspberries in the Porsche or whatever, right? And then I'd go wash them somewhere. So I'd go in there, wash them off, eat them, and then I go sit down and get me some wings or something or something small to eat, right? And then folks would be looking at me in there like they all knew who I was. You feel me? I'd be having conversations at the bar with different people. Like the thing is that it's become an environment where I can't even go nowhere or do anything. And it's not like I'm scared. It's like a point that everybody's on a low vibration and everybody's just it's not everybody, but it's a lot of people are on this weird, like I said, like it's an actual conspiracy. So I just don't want to deal with it or be around it because I care about my health and myself. You understand? That's all. Yeah. Like that's the thing. They don't get it. Like at some point it just becomes comical. Like I already stood on business. I already in the mob. I run the streets. I'm the gangster. I've proven my point completely. At what point did it turn around into something else? It didn't. If folks want to front and pretend, that's fine. I'm not here to keep on, every day having it be a problem. Like, nah, bro, I'm gonna be at peace and happy, man. Yeah. I proved my point, and that's what it takes. That's why they like, oh, well, you can't do that because then it becomes, no, you can. You can stand on business and then you can just walk away too because it ain't worth your time. That's the facts. Yeah. So I run McAllen too. Let's not forget that. Like literally run McAllen, right? Facts, right? And McAllen ain't nothing to brag about. There ain't much going on over there at all. So I mean, like I said, y'all know about me. I mean, y'all remember what everything that happened and transpired in Harlingen. Remember that ghetto motel I was staying at when I had all the money. Remember we did the interview with that other dude who I don't know what he was even trying to be. He just knew like Ace and Kaiser, the wannabe rappers from Harlingen. Or no, it was Harlingen. That was Harlingen. Remember everything that happened with that? And then I was in the Porsche with the brand new spinner chain with the spinner on it and the members only jacket. It was right around the same time, right? Remember? So like folks don't understand, like I really pull cards. Like I'm really that dude. I'm really a thug and a gangster. Like my whole radio program was about going to your hood and your borough, right? And having a conversation. And if folks wanted to feel or act whatever, it was like whatever. The door was locked in the hotel room. I'm on camera in the interview saying, hey, like what's up? Like the door locked. What's good? You know what I mean? Folks shook my hand, bro, and said, God bless you, man. Come on, man. Be real, bro. Yeah. Yeah, folks is funny, homie. You know what I mean? So, like I said, like you can't front on me, bro. And that's why these folks just keep trying to look for an excuse because they know I'm a real street dude. I'm a gangster, homie. I'm not these other people. Like I really, really have gotten busy. Like I really, really got so much history. It's unreal. So people know I like I'm the real thing. That's what this about. So, like I said, now we're gonna leave all that behind. That was the past. Who cares? It was a good past and it was beautiful, and I did everything right. But that's the point. People want to take it and take my past and try to make it something it's not because they just can't deal with me, homie. Yeah. So all the dues I paid, all the times I stood on business, all the cards I pulled, that's success. That's just notches and stripes on my belt, buddy. Uh-huh. Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna do independent sports. We're gonna do everything, and I can build my own leagues. So I'm gonna be building and creating by myself. I wouldn't care if I didn't have a dime. If I can get the phone plan paid, I'm gonna keep on going, and I don't care what I got to do. I'm gonna try to get by in the meanwhile and keep, moving forward and surviving, and that's it. Feel me? Because I believe in what I'm building here. That's the thing. It's not about money for me, especially right now. It's about building something that matters and is going to be my own business for the rest of my life, and I never have to have a boss or work for anyone ever again. Yeah, I'd rather invest my time into that than trying to work a 9 to 5, especially knowing that it's not going to happen here. They're not going to let me work here. They never have. I'm okay. So I'm not interested in something that's below living wage and below my pay grade. I know my self value and my self worth, and I know my worth and value, bro. Yeah. So while I'm here, it's only best for me to do what I'm doing and stay in my lane and focus on what I'm building. Like that's the thing. Can you imagine folks talking about a job? Brother, I do independent acting right now. I can do anything I want because I built this myself. Do you understand? This is a company that does whatever we want. And on top of that, and I own my own company that does all this. And then on top of that, we collect equity. Like I said, my job is to get money and funds from the public and money fund and crowd fund. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to figure out when y'all gonna holler and start paying me. That Cash App bottom left hand corner right there, $ Sham God 2023, PayPal, all that, Venmo in the community wall, community tab. I want everyone to support. Y'all keep liking my posts on the community wall when I'm asking you to donate, but none of you have donated a red cent. Where the hell they do that at? What's the point of that? I ain't worried about that, man. Like I said, you could have the whole world feel however they feel, like everybody's a jellyfish and I'm gonna stay winning by myself. I'm gonna win, homie. And that's the thing. Anybody claim they care about me, love me, they on my side, they would be right here with me, standing up with me by my side. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care, bro. Ain't nobody ever helped me, man. I did this on my own, huh? Yeah. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love that they never gonna come close. Y'all got to rant, right? Y'all got to sit there and talk fluff. Ain't talking about nothing. Ain't a single one of them ever gonna come close to me financially, Duke. And I got receipts. You can't be serious. Say what? Yeah, they funny as hell, man. I'm the real deal, homie. So, like I said, we just stay winning. We gonna stay making our dough, stay making our money, stay being the boss, right? And that's about it, man. People do a lot of fronting and fake stuff. I ain't worried about that. That's what they do. So y'all know I got all the stripes in the street. So, oh, folks want to pretend? That's silly. You know what I mean? These folks will I mean, they will do anything, bro. They so in their feelings because I merely got a phone, bro. Okay, real talk, and a phone charger. They know how I'm getting money. They know what I'm doing. They know I'm doing this right in front of them, and they feeling so much so that it just is what it is, and it's in the readings. Yeah, like I said, and this is people here too, bro. I already figured it out, man. I already figured out like there's a circle, and then people, like I said, bro, all them folks are like 3 feet tall and ain't about nothing, bro. Yeah, like it's hilarious, bro. Like, can you imagine? Like these are dudes who want to act like they tough and gangster, and that's what you want. Like you and your feelings because I got a phone and I'm making money. Like what? You can't be serious, bro. There is no competition, man. This other stuff is a waste of my time. That's why I'm not entertaining it. And we're just gonna stay moving forward. So, like I said, independent acting, independent sports. I can build my own leagues. I can do anything I want. The world is mine, as it always has been. And I'm waiting on God because God is going to deliver. He's going to deliver, man. I'm telling you, he's going to give me tons of money to work with, millions of dollars. There's going to be, I don't know, business mergers, business deals. I'm going to obviously, like it said, it just told you in the reading. It said I'm gonna help a company make billions, millions of dollars, right? So that means the company's gonna hire me. Like I said, at some point they're gonna have to put an actual deal on the table. I'm gonna negotiate the terms of my contract, and they're gonna have to sign me for something. I don't know what it is. It could be Nike, could be anything like that, and like it's gonna be like Batman and like acting and like everything. Like they're gonna give me a real deal. My soul is not for sale. My soul is priceless. You understand? I won't even entertain a discussion about anything you Masons have done. I'm not a Mason. My soul is priceless. My soul is not for sale. You hear me loud and clear. So again, that was the whole point of everything I've done in my life, because my soul belongs to me, partner. Yeah, that's why I have eternal life and immortality, buddy. Yep. And because God loved me. Hmm. So I'm gonna say this right. Lastly, this is what life's about, and I've tried to teach people. It's about whether you sell your soul or not. That's all life is about. This is a gateway. You understand? It's about whether you really are true to yourself and true to your heart. You know, selling your soul can come in many different forms. People do it every day when they don't stay true to themselves. You understand? That's why you folks feel some way, because you didn't stand on business and I did. It's not my fault you're not a brave heart. Yep. That's the only point of this realm. Not talking about money you don't have. None of these folks have ever made a dime. I've made and spent millions and don't care about money. I'm the only self-made trillionaire on paper who ever existed, literally. And this is what I'm saying. How? What do you mean? It's not unfathomable, bro. Come on, man. You got to understand like what's happened. Like this system and these folks have tried to make it where I can't do anything. Okay, I'm talking about I've been denied accounts because of this. Remember, in McAllen, when I had all the money. I had over $250,000 in the bank, and I was denied an account because people were making videos on the internet. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. This is a worldwide conspiracy, bro. Like, nah, bro. It's clear as day what happened with me. And yes, it can happen. And like I said, the only reason I don't have that money specifically still is because of corruption and all the crimes they committed. That most of it I have proof of, or it's documented, or we know that it happened, and it should be on file and on their records. So what do you mean? It's all going to get proven, bro. I'm going to win. They're going to have to pay me massive settlements. You understand? I had to spend my money because of lies, and that's not possible, right? Unless the system was corrupt and unless they were committing crimes. So what now? Yeah. You have to pay me all that money back that I had to spend because you kept breaking the law and acting like you could just do whatever you want. Yeah. What are you talking about, bro? That's a lot of money, man. You know, you're basically going to have to replace my $250,000 to $300,000 with a whole lot of interest. And that's just one settlement. You understand? So these folks know I got settlements coming. Like I said, I am not even talking to a lawyer. I am not doing nothing concerning a lawyer until I get my money. I want my bread right. And then I'll do that in my spare time because I'm not going to stress. I don't worry, bro. I live my life carefree, worry free. I'm happy. I'm good. I got everything perfect the way I want it now. I'm truly happy already. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful, and I got God with me. And that's the thing. The Spirit of God, that'll make you happy enough in itself. Yeah. I'm already happy, man. I'm already good, partner. Feel me? So, like I said, I stay, talking about God. I stay focused on God. I'm gonna be reading my Bible and stuff. Literally, I'm gonna be doing crosswords and stuff. I ain't worried about y'all. You know what I mean? I don't even have to do this Batman thing all the time. I do it when I want, because right now I'm focused on maybe going a little different direction and trying different things. Like I said, independent acting. I want to make independent films. I always did. Everything I said I wanted to do back then, God answered my prayers. Yeah, I had money then, but I didn't have the tools and knowledge that I have within me now to do all these things. Now I have the ability to actually build it and create it. So it's not about how much money you have. The money will come, bro. Money comes, money goes, man. Money don't matter, but I matter, and my mind state matters. And that's why the people I love, I always try to work on their mind state and help them to have a better mind state and to see reality clearly. And that's true love. That's what you do. So you mean, like I said, nothing has happened except me winning. I've always won every time. I mean, I don't lose. All I do is win. So, like I said, let folks do what they do. I'm going to be able to build my own storefronts, my own stores, my own independent anything. And that's what God told me. He said, I'm going to make it where you can make it anywhere. You're going to always be able to build a life anywhere you go. I see God at work. I see what he's doing. So I'm with it, man. I'm like in school right now, but I'm in school with God. I ain't worried about a college. They ain't going to teach you nothing and give you a meaningless diploma that the companies won't even hire you if you're a millennial because you're entitled. They don't care about nothing you're talking about. No, I'm not wasting my time in a college that's just, more an institution. It's more indoctrination. It's nonsense, a waste of your time. I am in the school with God where he's teaching me how to live life properly and walk with God. So on that note, I'm gonna get going. But like I said, y'all know what it is. And yeah, man, I got folks and they feeling. You're in your feelings. Oh, all about the feeling. in your field, feel today, in your feeling, oh, all about the feeling, in your feelings today, like Rob Rex. Oh yeah, I got a company idea for you too. Listen to this. Wait, we need a drum roll. Listen. Do you have a lot of stuff to carry, but nowhere to put it? Are you suffering from homelessness and in a Roach Motel room, completely homeless as it gets? I mean, very homeless to the point that, you're homeless? Well, what we have here is a brand new backpack for you. That's right. You can come get them. Come on and down at Rob Rack's Backpacks. That's right. Rob Rack's Backpacks. Ah! No, for real. I said it. Boy, you should have never said my name, bro. I'm barely getting started with you, homie. Trust me. I'm gonna have a field day on here, boy. Yep. You got the right one. So you thought something was sweet. You thought you was talking to someone else. Yeah, you got to stop with that delusion, brother, and acknowledge reality. You got the right one. You got the right one. You got the right guy, homie. Real talk. You got the right one here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't forget nothing. Yeah. Rob Rack's Backpacks. Come on down. Roach Motel. All right, we'll talk to y'all later, man. Like I said, it is what it is. Hell, he can't even build that business. Rob Rack's Backpack. Rob Rack, oh, Rob Rack, whack. Ah! I'll talk to you in a minute.